Hey everyone, this is a quick thank you video. Um, I just, it's gonna be really hard for me to put into words what's in my brain. Um, the outpouring of support has been just incredible, and I had no idea this would happen. So thank you. For those wondering why I'm saying thank you, I'm saying thank you for the individuals who have contributed, um, like small and large, and just any amounts of money towards my GoFundMe. Um, my GoFundMe is specifically for bottom surgery or SRS, and the ask was £15,000, and we're nearly there, and it's just incredible. I Just some context, I guess, as to why I put the GoFundMe live when I did. Um, the NHS waiting list. So I'm still on the NHS waiting list. I'm still waiting nearly 2 years for my first appointment. And when I finally get my first appointment, it will be a few more years before I'm kind of eligible for surgery and all those sorts of things. And then there's a waiting time between them saying yes and actually having surgery and getting it booked in. Um, that has been up to like 300 weeks. I think I've seen some people talk about online. And it's just some incredible amount of time. Like, just it feels like during the pandemic, the world is a completely different place 6 months later. Like, imagine 300 weeks time. It's just too much. So I decided to go privately. Part of going privately means that I have to get two psychologists to sign me off, and then I need to have a kind of pre-surgery appointment too, and I need to have some endocrinologist appointments as well. So anyway, I had the first of those psychology appointments to make sure I'm sort of sound mind. I sort of understand the risks and some of the potential outcomes of a surgery as life changing as this one. And for me, it's pretty clear in my brain. So I managed to talk to a private psychologist, one of a very small handful of people in the UK who do this. And we had a really great chat for about 90 minutes. And by great chat, I mean very emotionally vulnerable chat, as you might imagine. And this private psychologist signed me off. So they've written a letter, which I can pass to my surgeon who I want to go with in the UK. Um, so yeah, that's great. And that evening, or the next day rather, because that evening, like that whole day was like a write-off. I was just like wrapping myself in cotton wool, like maybe it'll be okay now. But when I woke up the next day, I was like, okay, right, wow, this is really going to happen. Like, there's still loads of like stage gates and kind of blocks and stuff like that I have to overcome. But I felt this renewed like ability to go and do that, and it was just an incredible feeling. My next like worry was how I'm going to pay for it. So the surgeon that I want to go with in the UK charges £15,000. That includes like multiple days stay in like a private hospital and all that sort of stuff. So the costs really do rack up quite quickly. But they reckon it's somewhere around £15,000. And I'm privileged and lucky, I guess, to be in a position where I am in full time employment. I work at the moment a fantastic company who like are giving me time off to recover from this at some point next year, and have been just overwhelmingly great about this entire thing. So like huge thank you to those individuals. Um, but there's still so much money that needs to be spent until I can get to the point where I get the opportunity to pay somebody £15,000. And so the entirety of my income basically goes onto that. So what is that? That's private appointments with doctors in the UK, which is not a cheap conversation to have. You're looking like £300 to £500 per conversation, and you need to have like multiple of those over multiple years. Electrolysis works out at like somewhere around £100 an hour, maybe slightly less if you buy loads of hours. But I live in central London, so everything's just more expensive. I kind of have to be in central London for my job, so I have been in the past. I guess with the pandemic, maybe that changes. Who knows? But for now, that's like the more expensive options, and just like private. It's really tough to get GPs to prescribe things like hormones and stuff like that. So sometimes I have to go privately for that. When I move into like new areas, perhaps if I move around part like London, I have to get a new GP. Perhaps that new GP doesn't want to prescribe me hormones for whatever reason, which is just a horrible conversation to have again. Which means I need to pay privately for those, and they're not cheap either. They're pretty expensive. So anyway, for those wondering like where my money is going, that is the answer to that question. It's going on that and some video games to keep me sane. Yeah, that's basically what I'm spending my money on. Oh, I brought some house plants as well. That's it. So yeah, I am in a position where I do have an income, which is amazing. But the £15,000 kind of broke my brain a bit. I was like, no, I need to reach out and ask for some help. So I wrote that piece during the day, and I posted it in the late afternoon, and I I was like crying whilst writing. It was horrible. Like, it's genuinely like I almost don't want to talk about this on the video. Like it was really hard for me to write that, and I did, and I put it live, and I regretted putting it live, and then because I was so ready for people on the internet to be horrible, because that's all I really know. I don't know people being nice. That's not usually a thing that happens. So I was expecting lots of horribleness, and actually what I got was loads of love, um, and I didn't expect it at all. I had no idea, but it was amazing, and I'm so thankful and happy that you, if you're watching this video, hopefully you're one of those people who gave me some love, and whether that was like sharing it with some friends or donating or like just reading it, whatever that was. Yeah, thank you. I guess is what I'm trying to say in this rambling 7-minute video so far. It kind of broke my brain, if I'm being honest. It was like 3 days or something, and we got 2/3 of the way there. But yeah, so that's where the money's going to go. It's somewhere around £15,000. That's what the doctor said on the phone. I'm yet to have like my first meeting with them. I need to have all of this documentation and stuff in place, which I'm working on. But it just takes like months to get the right appointments in the right order and all those sorts of things. But I'm like one step closer now. I have this physical document that says from a psychologist saying that they're signing me off. I need one more of those, and I need an endocrinologist appointment, and then I need a pre-surgical appointment, and then at that point I can hopefully be booked in for a date 3 months in advance. So I'm like, some quick maths makes that like some part super early next year, maybe by like March, maybe. I don't know much, but that's what I'm aiming for. And I'm doing everything I can. Like as soon as I get a reply from a private doctor, I'm like dropping everything and like emailing them back straight away or phoning them back straight away and like dealing with it to always make sure like the ball's in their court of stuff to do. Because like I don't want to be the person who's like just like slowing down the process. I'm trying to like be as quick as I can, whilst also like making sure that I go through the stages that I need to go through. So yeah, that was just thank you, I guess is what I wanted to say. I did interestingly get some hate online. I mean, of course I did. I'm a trans woman online. But I think some of the arguments that they made were pretty funny, so I wanted to talk about them now. Uh, some individuals kindly pointed out that perhaps I should sell the hot tub that I have access to as a way of getting money, because obviously having a hot tub means, or having access to a hot tub means you have money. Do you want to say that like perhaps the landlord who owns this place and who owns that hot tub wouldn't be very happy with me just randomly uninstalling their shit and selling it? Like maybe I'd actually be homeless at that point. So that's not a great thing. Another thing people pointed out, quite unhelpfully, I guess they were trying to find anything to like dig at me. I guess I don't understand their thought processes, but they want to spend their life attacking trans women. So I guess that is some sort of life. I wouldn't want it, but they do. They were saying that I've spent all this money on this tattoo, like this cool thing here. Like, oh, look at it, it's beautiful, nice. And yeah, you're right. Some money went on that over the last year or so. But I've been um, incredibly lucky. Again, my tattooist who does this, or who's finished this full sleeve for me, has like deferred not deferred payment, but has like given all these tattoo or like a huge amount of the tattoo for free. I was telling, as I was getting tattooed over like multiple hours, I was telling him the story about wanting to get surgery in the future, and part of that was part of like before surgery was like becoming comfortable with who I am. And I don't want to get too deep into it, but like part of this tattoo like makes me feel super confident in myself, and makes me feel like grounded. And it also looks really cool too, which helps. um, yeah, that last bit was facetious, but yeah, hopefully that doesn't. Hopefully that comes across in the video. Anyway, yeah, basically, I wanted to become like a, a strong, independent woman that I know that who I am, and getting this sleeve was part of that for me. Also dyeing some of my hair green, although it kind of looks blue on camera. It's green in real life, I promise. That again was part of it, like just becoming confident and loving who I am before surgery, being like the final step of that for me personally. Yeah, and these individuals online were saying like, oh well, he has done this, and great, thank you for doing that. That's amazing. But actually, my tattooist gave me a bunch of time for free, like a significant amount of time for free, because that was their donation towards my surgery costs. So I actually, thanks for all the hate, but none of it sticks. I'm really sorry. Yeah, so I can't sell a hot tub that doesn't belong to me, and I can't take tattoos off that time was donated. So unfortunately, I guess you're just alone staring at Twitter, not knowing what to do. And I'm really sorry about that. You should seek help. But anyway, for everybody else, thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for all the niceties. Just I did not expect this outpouring of love and support, and it's so wholesome. I have never experienced being on the internet and getting love, and I love it. And anything I can do to help spread some of that as well is just absolutely amazing. Post surgery, like if there's stuff I can do to donate and like help pay this forward to other people in the community, I'm absolutely going to do that. I think this is a fantastic experience for me personally. Not every trans person needs to go through surgery or wants to go through surgery, and that's completely fine. It's completely valid. But for me, I definitely like that's part of my journey. And so if I can help people out in the future, please let me know. Yeah, because I want everyone else to experience like the love and support that I've experienced in the last few weeks. It's been life changing. It's been great, and I just guess wanted to shoot a rambling video to say thank you. Thank you for being part of that. You made my life a bit better, and I really, really, really appreciate it. Anyway, it's the weekend. I'm going to go socially distance inside of my house and have some fun. Maybe play some board games. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, stay safe. Wear a mask. Bye.